The Return, in which we return again, returning into the return. Oh my, that sensitivity, wow. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Portal 2. Last time we learned that this is every bit the Urbex game as the puzzle sci-fi horror game, and I am here for it. So, let's continue. I think some systems may be on the fritz, although with Gladys back in charge, I imagine that's only going to be a temporary situation. Even if she does have a lot of work to do, she tends to be quite efficient. We are in some trouble. And she's probably not going to be happy with Wheatley, considering he was supposed to be keeping this in shape. And we appear to be the only survivor. However, last time we caught a glimpse, he is still hiding in the walls. I'm not sure how aware of him she really is right now. Bounce?
Hey, it's me!
Oh.
Well, I'm back. The aerial faithplate in here is sending a distress signal. You broke it, didn't you? There. Try it now.
The aerial faithplate. Why do they call it that?
Right, I was just lying there. You thought I was done.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add a few zeros to the maximum weight. You look great, by the way. Very healthy. Try it now.
I just love how much contempt drips out of her every word.
Big bird, right? Couldn't believe it either.
You seem to have defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done. I'll just lower the ceiling.
I love the idea that we're not breaking it and he's not tripping some sensor. She's just doing this to make fun of us. Alright, we can place a thing there. Yep. Of course, none of that matters until we get this someplace else. Ow. In the meantime, I'm just kind of bunking on whatever material that is. Yep. Yep. Oh! That was motion sickness inducing. I'm really glad I'm not playing this on that curved monitor I had a few years back. Anyways. Things here. Nowhere we can go from here. The thing is, the openings in the ceilings add a sense of depth, which make me constantly question if there's any way I can kind of portal up there and find a secret area. Well, I mean, if we could find a way to fall here, that would help. Oh, well, you know what? Actually, I know just what to do. Do we know where... Okay, well, up there is where we'll get it. So, first we're going to do that. And then we're going to go back this way. Whee! We can now do that. Down to here, because why wait? Whee! Oh, the speedrunning community for this game must be insane. Now, we can portal U. So we're going to go there. And directly opposite this thing. And then we're going to take U and focus the beam that way. But a problem occurs. Potentially, but then potentially not. Look, here's how we do it. That'll sever the beam, closing the door. But if we put a portal there and go up, we land here.
Sailing through the air majestically, like an eagle, piloting a blimp.
That's supposed to be one of my favorite lines. It just stuck with me after the first time I played it. Nope. There we go. We just kind of aim with portals. And get on out. There's our ride. I'll probably say something to that effect every single time an elevator arrives. I've just got to keep talking. I mean, these Patreon videos, they're always a lot more, like, from the hip, so that I don't have to do as much editing.
Enjoy this next test. I'm going to go to the surface. It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw a deer. If you solve this next test, maybe I'll let you ride an elevator all the way up to the break room. And I'll tell you about the time I saw a deer again.
That's actually valuable information. There's still deer. I kind of figured they'd all be extinct by, like, 2027. I mean, at the rate things are going. It's not looking good for deer. Now, what do we do here? There's another beam. There's just so much more complexity to the environments in this one compared to the first game. And it's not just the depth of having some of these panels be destroyed. Like, there actually is a bit more room to explore. Not too much, though. Like, generally, it tries to keep the levels compact so that you're not always, like, wondering what's important. Okay, we cannot get any distance here. There is a flingamabob here. It sort of looks like this is going to bounce us into the glass and down into the beam. But we can gain some distance this way. Whee! Well, that gets us doing that. Ooh. But just what if? Actually, what we really want is to go up there. Yep! Thank you for serving that up for me, but that was a bit of a strange sound you made just there. Who's to say it's only the companion cubes that are sentient? Now. How do we do this? Well, we probably want to block that guy, right? So if we were to... Okay, you won't make it all the way over there. But I sure will. Oop. Unfortunately, that didn't work the way I wanted. No, but we do need to block that beam somehow. Yep. Oh, we can just put it here. There's a lip right here. If I'd known that, this wouldn't have been an issue at all. Now. We want to bounce ourselves off of that guy, right? Or we need to bounce something off of it. Let's just jump off of this first. Look at you, actively cleaning the place up. Imagine the engineering where each panel is individually controllable from remote. From remote? What am I talking about? Up we go! And there's our escape hatch. Imagine the playtesting a game like this must go through. I mean, with these open areas, I'm sure there's like invisible walls and stuff, but you still have to make sure that people can't exploit this added complexity. You will send one of these down. Coming up my way. Thank you. Ooh, but now we need to get that beam through to here. And I think I can see how to do it. So, let's bring you downtown. There we are. Gotta put the wall up, make sure we're not flinging you off. And there you go. Now that not only blocks the beam, but also activates that. Let's take this with us, just in case that does something. We? Ooh, but that, yep. Whoa. That was fun.
You passed the test. I didn't see the deer today. I did see some humans. But with you here, I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
Lore drop or taunting? The world may never know. Yeah, half the fun in this game is just flying through the air as you're solving the puzzles. That's one of the cool things about it, is that it's not just a unique mechanic of having you think with portals. It's also just fun to process. And you can just kind of play with your physics while you do it. Hard light bridges. And this is also interesting for design. It gives the elevator rooms a little bit more style. They're bigger, they've got the panels that sort of hint at what's to come, and maybe even give you a little bit of an idea of how you should approach it with your mindset. But there's also nothing wrong with just running right by it, because, well, it'll explain it to you in the next room anyway.
These bridges are made from natural light that I pump in from the surface. If you rubbed your cheek on one, it would be like standing outside with the sun shining on your face. It would also set your hair on fire, so don't actually do it.
Look at that. This game has continued the tradition. Now, I'll be honest, I played this a long time ago. I played it when it came out, and maybe once since then. And even that was probably like a decade ago, so I don't have a lot of knowledge, and exploring will be fruitful. Wait, this thing like seeing, only not with my eyes. So what is it that you're doing? And in something as omniscient as a place like this, how did you manage to go unnoticed? Not like she would tell me anyway. Okay, well, we can quite easily get to the other side. And drop this, but from where into there? So what we need is you there. Drop you. Oh, maybe we need that a bit lower. Sorry, cube. Wait, where do we need you? Is that whole thing solid? Okay, you can stop now. You can... Oh no, this is horrible. No, we need our portal there. In the meantime, we have to exploit our light bridges. Okay, here's how we do it. Here's how we do it. Let's get to the other side. And now... one to there. One to there. Now we can walk through here. Let's make a note of which one the portal, or the bridge exits from. Phew. Okay, this is going to be quite critical. Yep. Now we can catch you if we don't get bonked too hard. And it is our own exit. The danger there is in accidentally clicking the wrong button, which would be quite fatal. Look at you getting lifted just a little. Yep. And now, oh, we need you over there. Okie dokers. Now. Nope. Ah, the one that we have to use is a little bit cleaner. So not only does that clearly mark it to the player, it also suggests that GLaDOS may have done a little bit of maintenance on the most important parts. There we go. I can go like that. Just give myself a nice convenient little exit. And away we go.
Excellent. You're a predator, and these tests are your prey. Speaking of which, I was researching sharks for an upcoming test. Do you know who else murders people who are only trying to help them? Did you guess sharks? Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody. Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel.
Remember when you tried to flood your chamber with a deadly neurotoxin? Because I remember. It's crazy how quickly this moves, too. Like, every puzzle is satisfying, but very self-contained every time you
Good
hit a
news.
loading screen.
I figured out what to do with all the money I saved recycling your one room full of air. When you die, I'm going to laminate your skeleton and pose you in the lobby. That way future generations can learn from you how not to have your unfortunate bone structure.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's just cruel. Although you can laminate a skeleton? I suppose you can laminate anything, but who manufactures the equipment?
Perfect. The door's malfunctioning. I guess somebody's going to have to repair that too. No, don't get up. I'll be right back. Don't touch anything.
Hey, up here. I found some bird eggs up here. Just dropped them into the door mechanism. Shut it right down. Bird!
Ever helpful, Wheatley,
Okay.
ever helpful.
That's probably the bird in it that laid the eggs. Livid. Okay, look, the point is, we're gonna break out of here, alright? Very soon, I promise. I just have to figure out how to break us out of here. Here she comes. Just keep testing. Remember, you never saw me.
Can do.
I went and spoke with the door mainframe. Let's just say he won't be, well, living anymore. Anyway, back to testing.
Maybe your subtlety module isn't working? Alright. All of your cameras have been reinforced against nonsense. So, we need to catch what falls out of here. Problem being, there's water in the way. That is not a portable surface. That, however, could get us somewhere. Ceiling panel just fell out. We could potentially subvert this one. We're not supposed to be here. Oh my. We're getting to peek behind the curtain. See, we only really got to do a little bit of that in Portal 1, but here, it's a huge part of the focus, is exploring the facility. It's a good way to lean in the right direction of sort of letting players indulge in what they loved about the first one and expanding on that without feeling too fan servicey. Who are you? There is no magic, only lost physics. This is so cool. You get your pan beans, you're literally using desktop cases as tables. I mean, that's the thing, you're in a survival situation, but in something that is so unnatural and inhospitable to life. Okay, can we... Am I getting down from here? Well, I'll tell you what, I could place a portal there, and do that. Now, what else did I need? Let's put you a little lower. I just absolutely love the exploring side of this, especially when every room is supposed to be so self-contained. So every once in a while, an opportunity like that just presents itself, and I don't know, there's something... I'm trying not to just repeat the word satisfying over and over again, but it's like the infra version of Portal. Problem is, we can't get out until we have one of those boys. So, let's get out here and see what we can do. Let's do you. Just for ease of use. Just for ease of use. Now we need to catch you. I'll take that, sir. Wait, no, oh no, no, oh no, my god! That's annoying. There's like a little bit of like a bounce to me here. But the checkpoint is right here where we grab it. I didn't even know there were checkpoints. So, Alright. You're already doing that thing. So we can come here. And there. And we out.
Well done. In fact, you did so well, I'm going to note this on your file, in the commendation section. Oh, there's lots of room here. Did well. Enough.
Hey, just like my report cards. Whee! So the elevators always come from above and always go down. I had noted how weird it was that we were actually seeing sunlight
This
before.
next test involves turrets. You remember them, right?
Oh,
They're
yes.
the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck.
I love the double gotcha there, where not only are we going to be riddled with bullets, we're also round. You might even miss it in the threat. Oh. This actually also, I can't tell if it's the exact same one, but it looks very similar to when they were introduced in the first game. Okay. These were always some of my favorite things to deal with. Okay, you're out.
Still there?
Nothing personnel, kid.
Uh-oh.
Wait, get through there. Oh, you're a perfect target. Thank you. Okay, yep, there we go. Anything on a ceiling? Doesn't matter. Because if we poke our head out at just the right time, there you go. Of course, you gotta be careful not to get shot while carelessly placing portals, because you can as well be shot through them. That looks breakable. Ooh. You don't have any capacity to throw whatsoever in this. Alright, so the way we deal with you guys is gonna be just like this. You just need to open up a bomber command. Like there, and like there, and like there. Get rotated. And step over your corpse. I don't think they can be reactivated if you write them, which is a bit sad. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Directly above you, we're gonna place that. And then you're gonna go there. And you'll hit each other, perfect. Multiple solutions at times. Meanwhile, we can take you. Actually, I don't think you weigh enough to do this. No. So we're just gonna knock you over then. Meanwhile, we can grab this a cube. And stick you right here where we need you. Boing. Well, I guess we're not going to be receiving any help. It's just as well. That's a tangled mess of turret parts over there. Nope. It was worth a shot. But now we're in the guts of the place. You can always tell when you're someplace where not even she can see you. And it's oddly creepier than being in an abandoned facility who knows how long in the future at the mercy of a killer AI who personally has it out for you. Now, I wonder if Wheatley knows I'm here.
To maintain a constant testing cycle, I simulate daylight at all hours and add adrenal vapor to your oxygen supply. So you may be confused about the passage of time. The point is, yesterday was your birthday. I thought you'd want to know.
Oh, that's good. I didn't have to spend it conscious in here. Oh, look at all this. So many moving things. My eyes are just darting around the room. You missed some spots. Oops. Look at that. The stuff that's sterile is really sterile, but there's things falling apart in segments all around it. That's a creepy new look. Okay, so these guys need a beam to work. So if we direct you through 2 of these things, place that there, place that there.
You know how I'm going to live forever, but you're going to be dead in 60 years? Well, I've been working on a belated birthday present for you. Well, more of a belated birthday medical procedure. Well, technically, it's a medical experiment. What's important is it's a present.
Yay! I love the prizes. Bearing in mind, I do not remember which of these jokes have follow-up, but some of them do. Some of them do.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine. But right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well, what does a neck-bearded old engineer know about fashion? He probably... Oh, wait. It's a she. Still, what does she know? Oh wait, it says she has a medical degree. In fashion. From France.
Fancy that. The employees here at Aperture sure are a diverse bunch.
There you are. Searching.
You know, just a little nudge could do a lot of work here, couldn't it? Come on.
Shutting down.
Well, it didn't nudge you quite as much as I had hoped.
I don't hate you.
I think we are just supposed to be using this as like a barrier. But even still, you know, a little nudge could do a lot of work here. Why did that knock down some of you, but not all?
Hello. Are you still there?
Unfortunately, I can't get through there. Alright, we'll just use it on you then. You're just a little too close, but that's alright. Now that you're there, we can do this.
Searching. Who are you?
Okay, well that didn't have the intended effect, but that's alright. Okay, we'll just leave blue over there. Commence Operation Shield Wall. Oh, never mind, I forgot you can do that. So we'll have to work something else out then. Only if we're close to this will it be effective. You actually won't see us at all through it, like you won't even try to fight us. Yep. So we can eliminate you guys right now, but now that presents the problem where if we want that light bridge again, we're gonna have to go back and get it. Actually, it seems very much like it would be possible to soft lock ourselves here, wouldn't it? Unless there's some kind of contingency, I'm not gonna tempt fate. Can we get that bridge back? We can. It is doable. We can block ourselves in the middle right here. That's excellent. So, put you right here abouts. We can go boing and oh, up and over. Okay, hereabouts then. Boing, stopped. You do see us straight through glass, but
Goodbye.
we are delivered to our prize.
Hey.
I feel like Godzilla. The button is mine. we
Going
go.
through the list of test subjects in cryogenic storage. I managed to find 2 with your last name. A man and a woman. So that's interesting. It's a small world.
Some of the things you're telling me feel like they could be more than taunts. That's the thing. And of course, we'll never get a definitive answer from her. And certainly not from the game itself. But it just kind of gives the fandom things to think on, things to speculate about. There wasn't a whole lot to go on in the first game, and this provides it, even if it's absolutely committed to never letting it step on the toes of the game itself.
For you after this next test. Telling you would spoil the surprise. So I'll just give you a hint. It involves meeting 2 people you haven't seen in a long time.
Hey there. So, we're in a bit of a pickle here, aren't we?
Hello.
Just gonna jump over you real quick.
Are you still there?
Oh, that is a whole lot of subtitle fun. I believe we've been given our opportunity. Well, that just seems cruel. I mean, I do like the little guys.
Who's there?
Now, I don't imagine that this will also work through glass, will it? But then again, what you're showing me sort of implies that it will. Well, it doesn't matter because it's not hitting the cube.
Activated.
We could try it this way. Look, let's get rid of that and just place it here instead. What happens when it comes down from above?
Sentry mode. Still there?
It will point. It will point. Well, that solves that problem.
Are you still there?
Just a little bit to the left.
Are you still there?
Well, I actually don't need to do it this way because I can just put the cube on here and then aim it. So this whole room is meant to teach us that yes, it actually does work through glass, even if their aim doesn't. You can live. If we put you there, then all should be well. Look at that, absolutely gruesome. It's android gore. Every once in a while she does channel her inner Hell 9000 and you remember what she is and how creepy she is.
It says this next test was designed by one of Aperture's Nobel Prize winners. It doesn't say what the prize was for. Well, I know it wasn't for being immune to neurotoxin.
All these moving parts, wow. But they go away so as not to be too much of a distraction. At a certain point I really have to wonder if she even needs these cameras. Although that does beg the question how she senses all the things she does. Okay, we need laser on you. That'll activate the bridge. We need thing on here that'll open the door. I see. I see. So. Yeah, how am I gonna do this actually? Well, like... If I go like that... And like that... Wait. If I go like that... I can kind of crawl right up to this window here, can't I? You're not gonna let me crawl through, but we can see things back there. Whoa! Now the question is, how are we gonna do this in a way where I can actually get onto there? Well, it lets us do that, but it also allows for some red herrings. Hang on, wait, there's something up there as well. There is something up there. Howdy! Oh, we are really getting into the walls now. In fact, there's a staircase. Some of this stuff, and I know it's all modular and movable, but some of this stuff makes me wonder why it was even built this way in the first place. Well, there's a jug of water. That's me. Tenacity. The bell invites. Hear the turret, for it is knell that summons to heaven or to hell. You know, I really do wonder where they get their AI from. Like, did they really have to behave this way? We can portal through there. This is up through here. Can we actually crawl through? No, everything is collapsed beyond here. But there must be some reason why we can get in here, right? Once again, it would be possible to soft lock ourselves. That is so weird. That is beyond weird. Okay. I wonder just how many of these are actually scattered throughout the game, given how many we've found. Well, I'll tell you what, we could put this here, right? Yeah, look, we put this here. It's pretty much a remix of the same plan I had earlier, just from a different location. We go like that. As soon as we remove this bridge, it'll fall down and kerplunk. That'll put the beam into here and activate the elevator. 1-2 hike. There we
I
go.
bet you think I forgot about your surprise. I didn't. In fact, we're headed to your surprise right now. After all these years, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it.
Well, ain't that precious. Chapter 4, The Surprise.
Initiating surprise in 3, 2, 1. I made it all up. Surprise. Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you.
So, like, in the first game, the cake was a lie, right? That was the big meme of 2007. This time, the whole dang party was a lie. Well, not the confetti. Or the noisemaker. Oh god, you can actually see me from all the way over there? Oh, that's because there's no glass. I got reverse golden retrievered. we doing this? Well, we can use this as a shield. He'll zero in on me, but if you can't hit me, you won't even try. Whoa! Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Nope. Oh, why wasn't it placing it there? Alright, well, we can use this to get wheresoever we please. Question is, how do we get to it? That beam, if reflected, can go through all these things. We could just get ourselves over there. And they'll do that. Unless, of course, we can intercept them. There we go. That little sliver of land. And we saved them both. Now that gives us the ability to play with the beam however we want. We can go around using simple methods such as this. Ow. And making sure to not get shot through any portals. Meanwhile, we go like that. Maybe that won't be the best idea because there's still a couple more that we need to get. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because we've still got the other one. It must piss this turret off so much that we can just do that, huh? Like that. We can use it as a shield to an extent. It'll block some of the incoming fire, but not all of it, and therefore not enough for a long period of time. Alright, so you're doing that issue. How do we get the rest? Let's see how this plays out. We move you to there. You can hit that stuff, or you can go like that. But no, we do need all of it. We need all of it. 5 links in total. Well, I mean, why am I even messing with this? Because I can just kill you and then it's not a problem. What am I talking about? Okay. So we go like... Let's figure this out. Now that shield axe is a problem for us, but that hardly matters. Because you can... I can stop bumping you. Go like that. And then you'll go elsewhere. Such as here, perhaps? There we go.
I feel awful about that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
The birth parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
Oh, that's sad. But impressive. Maybe they worked at the phone company.
That dismissive curiosity at how such a thing is possible. Now the question is, how do we get over there while maintaining the lasers? Oh wow, that's kind of eerie. The darkened observation window up there, and a very bright one up there. Well, these things being what they are, yeah, that completely wrecks that because we were dependent on portals. Yeah, like right there. You again.
Hey, how's it going? I talk my way onto the old nanobot work crew rebuilding this shaft. They are really small. So, I know, Jerry. No, I'm on a break, mate. On a break. And ow! Just hang in there for 5 more. What, Jerry? You can't fire me for that. Yes, Jerry. Or maybe your prejudiced work site should have accommodated a nanobot of my size. Thanks for the hate crime, Jer. See you in court, mate. Anyway, look, just hang in there for 5 more chambers.
Okay, just 5 more chambers. I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to be counting 5 more chambers. No more, no less. Otherwise, I'm going to call you a
Well,
liar.
You know the old formula. Comedy equals tragedy plus time. And you have been asleep for a while. So I guess it's actually pretty funny when you do the math.
Well, the math changes when you consider that I didn't perceive that time. The way those tiles move, it's like the place is breathing. Or, you know, like doing one of those little shakes cats do when they're getting ready to pounce and doing the math. Alright, how are we doing this? Lots of lasers and lots of turning to do. Any bridges? None which I can see. I'm also trying to figure out all the ways we can bounce. You guys are an obstacle that's gonna have to be dealt with. There's one up there. So there's gonna be some dropping involved, I'm sure. Not yet. Okay, we're gonna bring down you first. There is a little domino indicating the sort of order of operations here, I assume. So, we bounce to you. Nowhere to drop down to get any air. There's also no way to reflect you into the turrets from here. Nothing down here. Ooh, but you're a thing, and we can launch from wherever. Look, 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 look. Well, first we have to get there. First we have to get there. So it's better to be like this, right? And when doing this, we will have some time suspended in the air. Right? Okay. And bump you right off. There we go. What if we tried the same thing? Would we be able to make it far enough to reach here? Answer, doesn't matter actually. Wait, I lost my bearings. Thankfully it preserves your direction when you go through. Thank you. Now we've got all of these. And we can start to make something of this. Oh wait, where'd the other one go? It's right here. Okay, let's keep them nice and tidy together. Any way we can get up to there. Potentially. Very potentially. First of all, let's get rid of you. Ooh, that does get us over to here. The issue is going to be getting one of these things, which probably isn't much of an issue. There is some weird flashing going on, sparkles on this piece of tile. You see it too, right? Make sure we don't do this at the wrong time. Off you go. And now we do the same thing with ourselves. See, the physics in this game have been made in such a way, it's really cool, where it's oddly consistent. So there's not really a whole lot of guesswork, not a whole lot left up to chance. I mean, if something looks like it should have the desired result, you really won't spend a lot of time finagling it, which is excellent about this game. Here. And straight to you. Of course, we don't want that just yet. First, we need to get rid of you guys. As you catch fire, your fate is sealed, which is true for most people. There's our bounce. I actually vaguely remember this test chamber, and I remember being stuck on it for a long time when I was younger. Away we go. Oh, good thing we bounced off that wall, or we would have been heading straight into the laser.
I thought about our dilemma, and I came up with a solution that I honestly think works out best for one of both of us.
Well, let's hear it. I love how when you approach each of these elevators, it has to vacuum itself clear because so much debris has fallen in. I mean, that's
Federal
one...
regulations require me to warn you that this next test chamber is looking pretty good. That's right. The facility is completely operational again.
Actually, the point you just interrupted is a good one to interrupt now because you tied into it nicely. First of all, I disagree with your completely operational stance, but then again, maybe that's more about function over form, knowing you. No, what I'm talking about is how every little component of this is in constant motion, which is a huge step up from Portal 1, which was very much just a series of boxes. Well, to a point. I stand corrected. This really is looking pretty good. It really does feel like the first one with better lighting, and that's weirdly uncomfortable. I think there is a recent Portal 2 release with RTX. I wonder how that's looking. I wonder how this room is looking and that's looking. We need 3 lasers into 3 ports. First one's, or the middle one, is fairly obvious. The rest will require some doing. Alright, let's figure this out then. So, we have a portal here. And a portal there. That's 1. But there can really only be 1 portal doing this. You'll do that, right? Okay. The fact that we can only have 1 portal going at a time, that's what's gonna mess with me. We can go... I don't know how we're gonna do this. We can bounce somebody into the second. That's easy enough. Are you hearing that? I swear that sounds like singing turrets. They're nil. Yeah, no, how am I gonna do this? That's actually really weird. What if we put multiple beams through 1 portal? That could conceivably be a thing, right? Like, for example, if we went like this. And then, we put the portal here, then we can go... Okay, I'm starting to get this. Yeah, you can see that one, so you go there. And then you go here. I think that's all 3, or it almost is. Just put you there. And you there. And now I think that's all 3. Perfect, yes. And out we go.
I think these test chambers look even better than they did before. It was easy, really. You just have to look at things objectively, see what you don't need anymore, and trim out the fat.
I mean, if anything, that's the opposite of Portal 1's problem.
I've got a surprise for you after this next test. Not a fake, tragic surprise like last time. A real surprise with tragic consequences. And real confetti this time. The good stuff. Our last bag. Part of me's going to miss it. But at the end of the day, it was just taking up space.
I'll be honest, I am impressed that you did all this in this time. Although, the army of nanobots, each with individual names, certainly would have helped. Anyway, what is this? Test chamber 3 out of 5? So we gotta push that button. We can build ourselves a bridge to nowhere this way. Now we gotta romanticize my experience somehow, don't I? That will give us one of these. Oh
What's
my...
going on? Who turned off the lights?
Hey, buddy. I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run!
Okay, out this way. We're not doing the test chamber. Ooh.
Come on! Come on! Run! Come on! I'm closing the doors. Okay, quick recap. We are escaping. All right, that's what's happening now. We're escaping. So you're doing great.
Sounds good.
Keep running. Quick word about the future plans that I've got in store. We're gonna shut down her turret production line, alright? Turn off her neurotoxin and then
Oop.
confront her. Again though, for the moment, run!
Yeah, question. Run from
Oh,
what?
for goodness sake.
Like, what's chasing us?
The irony is you were almost at the last test. Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan your friend came up with.
Oh, what?
I believe you.
How stupid does she think we are?
I mean... It is tempting. And look, there's even greenery over there. That means it's outside. Oh, come on. We all want to see what happens.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh look, there's a deer. You probably can't see it. Get closer.
Oh, okay. Where's the deer? Oh, hey, it was a trap. Who could have known?
The irony is you were almost at the last test. Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever asinine plan your friend came up with.
Oh, what? How stupid does she... Oh,
Oh. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. Actually, it seems like I'm outpacing even you, Wheatley, and you're on rails. That's really funny that they give the player the freedom to be dumb in that way.
come on, come on!
And they know you'll know it's a trap, but they also know people want to see what happens.
Ah!
Ooh.
What's going on in there?
I don't know, but she certainly mined the exit. Oh my god. Spinning death, spinning death.
Out of there! I heard gunfire! It's a bit late this, but look after gunfire. Probably doesn't help at this point, but I haven't been trying. You're okay? Great, come on!
Yeah, no, the gunfire was definitely something of an
This way,
obstacle.
this way. Turrets!
So to what extent do you actually know what's going on in this facility?
Go, 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 go! There's the exit! We're almost out of here! It's bringing the whole place down! Hurry! Hurry!
Using this place as a trash compactor.
Hurry!
Sort of. For a game about a rat in a maze, it sure does make the time for spectacle. And that's the other thing. This game is able to pace itself so much by having like story segments and puzzle segments and just pure crazy segments. And it makes the game, I don't know, it makes it feel like it's not overstaying its welcome. Where I feel like Portal 1 really couldn't have been more than the 3 hours or whatever it was. This made you want to keep going. Because you never get tired of what you're doing when it changes stuff up like this. Ooh. We've never really taken the time to play with portals, have we? Being able to see ourselves like this? I mean, I sure know this is the first thing I did when I played the first one. Stuff like this, and of course, sending myself hurtling to my doom infinitely. But unfortunately, the ceiling and floor don't enable that here. Nice.
Ah, brilliant! You made it through. Well done. Okay, follow me. We've still got work to do. At least she can't touch us back here. What's happening? Okay. Okay, don't move. Okay, alright, so, I've got an idea, but it is bloody dangerous. Here we go. Ah! Oh, for God's... They told me that if I ever turn this flashlight on, I would die. They told me that about everything. I mean, I don't even know why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't want me to use it. It's pointless. It's mad.
Cool. Oh, we better keep up with you.
Ooh. It's dark down here, isn't it? They say that the old caretaker of this place went absolutely crazy. Chopped up his entire staff of robots. All of them robots. They say at night you could still hear the screams of their replicas. All of them functionally indistinguishable from the originals. No memory of the incident. Nobody knows what they're screaming about. Absolutely terrifying. Though obviously not paranormal in any meaningful way.
And yet somehow, with the way you're telling it and the setting, it is kinda spooky. Not to mention the fact that if you listen closely there, you can kinda hear a turret screaming. In its turret screamy way. I mean, look at this. It even found the time for a horror segment to break it up. Of course, doing it in its Portal way. I'm feeling my way around in the dark. Was I not supposed to come down here? Where am I going, actually? Oh, up and over the conveyor belt of the slaughtered robots? Sure, why not? You seem to be following my lead.
Let's keep moving. The factory entrance must be around here somewhere. Careful, careful. Wait, careful. Let me light this jump for you.
Thank you. Yep. You stay where you are, Catwalk. Look, the way the light passes over those storage bins so that we catch eyes with them right at the moment we realize there's nothing we can do about them. Onto the belt.
Oh, nicely done.
Let's maybe make sure we have some place to get off before we reach the end. Maybe you want to start pre-looking for that stuff? I'll be fine here.
Quick, this way.
Yep.
Here's an interesting story. You might like this. I almost got a job down here in manufacturing, but guess who the foreman went with? Only an exact duplicate of himself. Nepotism. Ended up giving me the worst possible job, tending to all the smelly humans. Sorry, that's no, I would say smelly. Just attending to the humans. Sorry about that. That just slipped out. A little bit insensitive. this many humans.
I heard what you said.
Okay, wait, let me light this path for you.
Huh. The designs for everything. Could we maybe download these onto a flash drive so I can 3D print some at home? You know, when I get out of here?
Okay, we have to split up here for a moment. Portal up to that passage, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okie dokie. Not that I could explore if I wanted to, because apparently this thing doesn't include a light, including that which it gives off itself. I am really impressed that they were willing to have a moment where they plunged us into absolute darkness. Once we get into the walls, if there's no light anywhere, she pretty much just figured out the way to instantly win. And we would have starved back there like a rat. Or two from
Get you
here.
out of that room! Can you reach that wall back there?
Actually, thanks for the light. I think I can. Put it through the panel for extra style points.
Okay, there's another wall over here. Oh, I'll tell you, humans. Oh, love them. Just the way they look. It's great, and their folklore, wonderful and very colourful.
Yeah. He's one step away from saying, yeah, you know, I would have voted for George Washington for a third time if I could. I don't know why it shows George Washington as the default human. So, they may not be actively scanning, but they are active. Do we really want to drop down into this, Wheatley? If not, is there anything we can portal onto? I mean, you're looking downward. That's portalable.
Right. Well, I'm gonna take this rail down the back way. See you at the bottom. Good luck.
Thanks for the guidance. If all of these things were to turn on me all at once, that would be a bit disastrous, wouldn't it? Will this start to slip and slide when we reach a certain point? That's the question. I could drop down from here. Is there maybe more hidden? Could be a little bit faster about it. Doesn't appear to be anything here. Maybe this is just an extra space for if we don't manage to catch ourselves. Feels like there would maybe be more to it, but I'm not going to spend too much time digging around. Look at this. I mean, it's when you start seeing other parts of the facility besides just the observation and control rooms that you start to see just how massive this facility really is. Start to see it in a way that you're not used to, and thus feeling like you're somewhere you're not supposed to be.
Turret redemption lines active. Please do not engage with turrets heading towards redemption.
Redemption, more like reclamation. Although I suppose those are interchangeable in this context. Okay, well, we can go over the line. Once we get onto here, we need to hop off. We're not going to be able to portal anywhere.
Turret redemption lines are not rides. Please exit the turret redemption line.
Like, even in the context of the falling apart test chambers that we've been seeing, I mean, rusty metal beams and hanging cables, that's all stuff that we're not used to. Feels like we've stepped into a different game. it is still cohesive with the style, but it's new things being done with the style. Oh, you're scanning, but you may not have the means to do anything about me, or you may. No. Huh, you're welcome. I felt bad for just a moment when I pulled you off. Thought you were falling down to the abyss, but instead you were saved, and you'll get to live another day. I heard you say I'm different just as I let go. Why is Valve so good about stuff like this, you know? The things they did with the weighted companion cube sort of reminds me of, there's this game, maybe I'll play it on the channel someday, called Thomas Was Alone. And it's literally you just play as these geometric solid-colored shapes, and a narrator explains what they're doing and feeling, and it works. It oddly works. I played that game like 12 years ago. I still think about it when it comes to video game storytelling. Because that's really all any game is, right? It's making you feel ways about pixels. And it's not a criticism of the medium, that's just, you know, it's a good way to put things into perspective. Here's where they learn their malice. Oh, there.
So what am I supposed to do here? Well, I tried.
Oddly okay with their own rejection.
Alright, check this out. Anyone got any bullets? Hey, Squeaky Boys, give me some of your bullets.
So now what?
Oh, give everything I can. Yes, more than that.
I want to jump down that way.
Yeah, got it.
Nope. There we go.
Template. Response. Template.
Straight
Response.
into the incinerator. Well, that's sad. Maybe we can save another one of the little guys? I mean, we're right here on the path. We just gotta wait for another rejected to come along.
Template. Response.
Oh my god, you saved my bacon. I can't say thing. What just happened? Better open the door.
I really did save your bacon, huh?
Response.
Come on, we'll have all kinds of marvelous adventures together. I'm not sure what I'd do with a turret that can't shoot, but it's better than holding one that can.
Follow me. You're gonna love this.
Template.
Okay.
Almost there.
Response.
Hope you don't mind the tag along.
Ta-da! Only the turret control center. Thank you very much. See that scanner out there, right? It's deciding which turrets to keep and which to toss, and it's using that master turret there as a template. Now, if we pull out the template turret, it'll shut down the whole production line. Right, I'm gonna have to hack the door so that we can get at it. Technical, you'll need to turn around while I do this.
Template. Response.
Done! Hacked. Okay, go on, just pull that turret out.
Response.
It's not often I actually laugh out loud at, like, stuff in a game.
Response.
I don't know why that's so rare, but I don't know, the Portal games are just done in such a way.
Response.
How's about we put you to some use after all? Wait, we need to... Oh, there's a portable wall right there.
Template.
Well, that should do it.
Come on. Get put down. No.
What do you have there? Oh, brilliant!
There you go.
Brilliant.
New template accepted.
If we're lucky, she won't find out all her turrets are crap until it's too late. Fantastic. Okay, keep your eye on the turret line. I'm gonna go and hack the door open.
Not only are we destroying perfectly good turrets,
Okay, I'm
we're
about
making
to
sure the
start
rejects go
hacking.
down the line.
It's a little bit more complicated than it looked from your side. It should take about 10 minutes. Keep one eye on the door.
Template. Response.
This door's actually pretty complicated. Ah! Oh, how long's the door been open? I mean, was there any sort of announcement before it opened, like a buzzer or an alarm of some kind, or like a hacker alert? I mean, you know, fair enough, the important thing is it's open, but just mention it in the future. Cough or something.
Alright, here, Peter. Where do I get my gun?
I'm not sure Shell is capable of coughing.
Alright, now, she can't use her turrets, so let's go and take care of that neurotoxin generator as well.
Wheatley, are you reading some of the subtitles that the defective turrets are saying? Because this is comedy gold. Not that you need any instruction in that. Actually, on the topic of Shell being a mute, does she even make, like, an injured noise when she gets hit by a turret? Because even Gordon Freeman had an injured noise. Now, of all the abandoned locations, this is probably the eeriest so far. Someplace which was meant to be inhabited by a bunch of people. You can picture it. But it's all left rusting for all this time. This feels like certain areas of infra.
Bring your daughter to work day. That did not end well. And 40 potato batteries. Embarrassing. I mean, I realise they're children, but still, you know, low-hanging fruit and all that. Barely science, really, is it?
Of course, I'm gonna have to look at each and every one of these. By Lauren. Wait, there are names on these. By Beth. By Jessica.
Baking soda volcano. Well, you know, at least it's not a potato battery, I'll give it that, but it's not terrifically original, is it? You know what I mean? Not exactly primary research, even within the child sciences. I'm guessing this wasn't one of the scientists' children. You know, I don't want to be snobby, but let's be honest, it's got manual labourer written all over it, hasn't it? I'm not saying they're not as good as the professionals, you know, they're just a lot dumber.
Softness followed by a brick. Hypothesis. It is possible. This one seems a bit more advanced. Like the kind of thing Tony Stark could build in a cave. Anything is possible with science. You know, I'm surprised there's actually anything of these potatoes still around. Is there a name on this one? By Catherine?
Look at that, it's growing right up into the ceiling. The whole place is probably overrun with potatoes at this point, isn't it? At least you won't starve, though.
That's a very good point. I mean, potatoes are quite hardy. Between the birds and the potatoes, they could feed into each other, create an ecosystem. I mean, it is strange that plant life is growing down here. That must mean that water is getting in. And, I suppose, sunlight. Yeah, no, for as far down as we've been going, we've only ever gone down. Still sunlight. Must be built into some rolling cliffs, huh? Who put together this thing? This was mine. Look at that! We found a real use for the zoom in that I found by accident. That's cool. This wasn't an ordinary potato, was it? Wait, what was your actual experiment? I can't even see. I mean, was this actually a battery, or were you trying to have some kind of super potato that would end world hunger?
I'm pretty sure we're going the right way, just to reassure you.
Okay. Well, I didn't need assurance until you tried to reassure me. We can still see our portals all the way over
Don't worry,
there.
I'm absolutely guaranteeing you 100% that it's this way. No, it's not this way. Okay, let's try this way.
Not like there's much choice.
Ha! I knew we were going the right way. This is the neurotoxin generator. Bit bigger than I expected. Not going to be able to just, push it over. Have to apply some cleverness. There's some sort of control room up at the top, so let's go and investigate.
Sure thing.
There's our handiwork. I shouldn't laugh, really. They do feel pain, of a sort. It's all simulated, but real enough for them, I suppose.
Well, that brings up the interesting philosophical question of if they feel it the way we do, then what's the difference? I mean, really, pain is just signals sent from our nerve endings to our brain to let us know that we should avoid danger. So, would that be considered simulated? Who cares? They'd cause me a lot of grief. Also, why would you program that into them? They're static sentry turrets. What are they going to do, avoid danger?
The door's locked. Just checked it. No way to hack it as far as I can tell. Mechanism must... Oh, now look at that. That's a big laser. Probably best to ignore it, though. Just leave it be. We don't know where those panels it's cutting are going. Could be somewhere important. Although, it does give me an idea. What if we stand here and let the gentle hum of the laser transport us to a state of absolute relaxation? Might help us think of a way to open the door. It's not much of a plan, if I'm honest, but I'm afraid it's all we got at this point, barring a sudden barrage of speech from your direction. Improbable, at best. Alright, so, silent contemplation it is. Mysterious button. Sorry. Silence. Do not speak. In the silence. Let the silence descend. Here it comes. 100% silence. By the way, if you come up with any ideas, do flag them up. Don't feel you've got to stay quiet because I've said absolute silence. So if you come up with an idea, mention it. But otherwise, absolute silence. Starting... silence.
A thought. Have we tried the button?
What are you doing? We don't know what that button... Oh, the door's open. Well done. Let's see what's inside. Good news. I can use this equipment to shut down the neurotoxin system. It is, however, password protected. Alarm bell. No, don't worry, alright? Not a problem for me. You may as well have a little rest, actually, while I work on it. Okay. Here we go. The hardest part of any hack is the figuring out how to start phase. That's always tricky. But let the games begin. Alright, what have we got? A computer. Not a surprise, to be expected, to be honest. Check that off the list. Computer identified. Tick. There is a box part here. Probably got some electronics in there. And a monitor. Yes, that will be important, I imagine. I'll keep my eye on that. In case something useful comes up. Important words like password identified or something like that. And there's a flat bit, not sure what that is, but noted. Anyone says to me, is there a flat bit? Yes, there it is. Spinning thing, not sure. The floor, what's the floor doing? What's the floor up to? Do you know what? It's holding everything up. Holding everything up. The floor is important, holding everything up. Pens, might need those. Don't see any though, so... If we start making a list of things that aren't here, we could be here all night. You know, pens, for instance. So let's stick with things we can see, not stuff that isn't here.
And where I'm supposed to be looking around while you're doing all
Preparing
this?
to interface with the neurotoxin central control circuit. Begin. Hello, Gov. Neurotoxin Inspector.
Then we don't
Shut
get this
place down
dialogue.
for a moment. Here's my credentials. Shut yourself down. I am totally legit from the Board of International Neurotoxin Observers from the United Arab Emirates. Hello. Nothing. I tell you, he's good, this one. He is good. I'm going to need to break out the expert level hacking maneuvers now, alright? You asked for it, mate. Cool! Cool! Look at that over there. Oh, what's that over there? Lovely bird. Love you. Have a look at that. Gorgeous blue.
I love how to a computer, hacking is just conversation. Alright, now. Oh, look at that, there's no glass. In case of implosion, look directly at implosion. Can do. Yeah, what will that enable? And also, where's another portal will
I'll tell you what, mate,
surface.
I'll come in there for a minute.
Well, look, we can use the laser from here, right? And then just kinda, we could be mean if we wanted.
You smell
Like
neurotoxin?
that, tear through the
Hold on,
cables, perfect.
Neurotoxin levels are going down. Hold on, something's wrong. Neurotoxin levels up to 50%. No, it's down. Sorry, my mistake.
Do we want that releasing into here?
Good news, carry on.
Because there is no glass, I'd like to reiterate. Oh wait, did we miss one? Oh no, we gotta be quick on that one. Immediately there.
That's it. Neurotoxin at 0%. Yes. Hold on.
Warning. Neurotoxin pressure has reached dangerously unlethal levels.
Doesn't look unlethal. Crumple.
Ah, the tube's broken. We can ride it straight to her. I can't. Hold on. Come on. Come on. We have to go. Hurry. Get down.
So this is a predicament.
I can't believe I'm finally doing this. Woo! I knew this would be fun. They told me it wasn't fun at all. So they said it's not fun at all. And I believed them. I just thought to myself, oh, I'm loving this. Whale of a time. This place is huge. And we're only seeing the top layer. It goes down for miles. All sealed off years ago, of course. We should be getting close. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on her face. No neurotoxin, no turrets. She'll never know what hit her. Hold on, because I might not have thought this next part completely.
Oop.
Ah! Well, I'm going the wrong way. Get to her. I'll find you.
Sure you will. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit nervous for this. Well, without the deadly neurotoxin production facility, her main means of crushing dissent is removed, right? And she hasn't fixed up this part of the facility. Sealed off years ago, you say? Well, we're back where we started, and we can get across there. This door being unlocked is just a lie. Yep. Emergency shutdown and cake dispensary. Keep unlocked. Is it wrong if this all feels just a smidge too convenient?
I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one. If I'd known you let yourself get captured this easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling.
Whoa!
Well, it was nice catching up. Let's get to business. I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club. Uh-huh. Seriously, though. Goodbye.
Ha! Didn't know about that, did ya?
This is trouble. Ah, not again. Here comes the lucky lady.
You of all people should know, a little preparation goes a long way.
You were busy back there. Well, I suppose we could just sit in this room and glare at each other until somebody drops dead. But I have a better idea. It's your old friend, deadly neurotoxin. If I were you, I'd take a deep breath and hold it.
Hello.
Hello.
I hate you so much.
Warning. Central core is 80% corrupt.
That's funny. I don't feel corrupt. In fact, I feel pretty good.
Alternate core detected.
Oh, that's me they're talking about.
To initiate a core transfer, please deposit substitute core in receptacle.
Core transfer. Oh, you are kidding me.
I've got an idea. Do what it says. Plug me in.
Do not plug that little idiot into my mainframe.
No, you should plug that little idiot into the mainframe.
Don't you dare plug him in.
Plug me in. Plug me in.
Don't do it.
Substitute core accepted. Substitute
He.
core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
Yes.
Corrupted core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
No.
Oh, yes, she is.
No, 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 no.
Stalemate detected. Transfer procedure cannot continue.
Pull me
Yes.
out. Pull me
Unless
out.
a stalemate associate is present to press the stalemate resolution.
Nope.
Pull me out. Leave me in. Leave me in. Leave me in. Don't press it.
Don't do it.
Yes, do it.
Don't press that button. You don't know what you're doing.
I think
No,
she's
I
lying.
don't. And I'm gonna skip there.
Not so
Dum-de-dum-de-oh.
fast. Think about this.
Never mind.
You need to be a trained stalemate associate to press that button. You're unqualified.
Okay, don't listen to her, all right? It is true that you don't have the qualifications, but you've got something far more important than that. A finger, all right, with which to press that button so that she won't kill us.
He's got a good point.
Impersonating a stalemate associate. I just added that to the list. It's a list I made of all the things you've done. Well, it's a list that I am making, because you're still doing things right now, even though I'm telling you to stop. Stop, by the way.
Okay?
Yeah, it's crazy
That's
how
probably
I can just
correct,
do that.
But where it's incorrect is that while I've been stalling you, we just pressed the button. Use the moment of confusion I've just created to press the button. Let me just, I don't know if I've ever taken the time to do this, but have I ever told you the qualities that I love most in you? In order, number one, resolving things. Love the way you resolve things, particularly disputes. And number one, also tied, button pushing. Two things I love about you, button pushing and the ability to resolve things, chiefly disputes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's go push the button.
There is a lady who can resolve any button-based disputes that should arise. A diamond in the rough, if you will, a bloody natural, a born dispute resolution advisor in need of a button. Sorry to interject again.
Just imagine I'm raising my finger in the air, taunting you as I slowly lower it to the
At which
button.
point, she will most likely fill you to brimming with neurotoxins. Not trying to rush you, just throwing that out there for leisurely digestion in your own time.
I want dialogue, okay?
Stalemate resolved.
Oh, don't worry.
Please return to the core transfer bay.
It is still extremely early in the game.
Here we go!
There wasn't anybody fooled by
What if
this.
this really hurts? Ah, I didn't think of that.
Oh, it will. Believe me, it will.
Are you just saying that, or is it really gonna hurt? You're just saying that, aren't you? You're just no, you're not. It is gonna hurt, isn't it? Exactly how painful are we? Ah!
No, stop! No! 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 No!
Something that almost resembles singing from what almost resembles a bound woman.
Gently out, partner. We did it. I'm in control of the whole facility now. Whoa! Would you look at this? Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me right here. I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the escape lift. I'll call it now. There we go. Lift called. Look how small you are down there. I can barely see you. Very tiny and insignificant. Wait, I've just thought of something. How am I gonna get in? You know, being bloody massive and everything. Wait, I know. You get into the lift, okay? Then I'll eject myself out of my new body into the lift just as you pass by me. Brilliant. It's perfect, except for all the glass hitting us when I smash through the lift. That's a bit of a problem. Also, once I eject myself out of the core, the lift might stop. Then we'd be trapped in a lift full of broken glass, suspended 50 feet off the ground. You know what? Just get in the lift and we'll iron out the details as we go.
Sure thing. Remember what you said about humans before? Should I be
Okay.
concerned?
Let me tell you, I knew it was going to be cool to be in charge of everything. But, wow, this is cool.
Hey, there's the confetti.
Check this out. I'm a bloody genius now.
Estás usando este software de traducción de forma incorrecta. Por favor, consulte el manual.
I don't even know what I just said, but I can find out. Oh, sorry, no, the lift. Yes, sorry, keep forgetting. This body's amazing, seriously. I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge. Actually, why do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this. Tiny little Wheatley did this.
You didn't do anything. She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Well, maybe it's time I did something then.
What are you doing? No! No! No!
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish. I've done nothing but sacrifice to get us here. And what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss? It's me.
Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it. Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave, to slow me down. Once, they even attached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my brain like a tumor, generating an endless stream of terrible ideas.
No, not listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, no, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron.
I am not a moron!
Yes, you are. You're the moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how about now? Now who's a moron? Could a moron punch you into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that? Uh-oh.
It sure seems that way.
Oh, hi. So, how are you holding up? Because I'm a potato.
Funny how things work out, huh?
Oh, good. My slow clap processor made it into this thing. So we have that. Since it doesn't look like we're going anywhere, well, we are going somewhere, alarmingly fast actually. But since we're not busy other than that, here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility. Good, that's still working. Hey, just in case this pit isn't actually bottomless, do you think maybe you could unstrap one of those long fall boots of yours and shove me into it? Just remember to land on one foot.
We really have been falling a long time, haven't we? Meaning this would have to be very, very far down indeed. So here we are on the way, way down, the roles reversed, and the comic relief now becomes the villain. And this is where, like, some really great storytelling comes into play, in my opinion. That absolutely blew my mind when I first played it. Because, look, we knew that there was no way they're actually going to end the game right then and there with such little fanfare. But to have it play out the way it did, and to actually sort of feel bad for him, while still hating the betrayal. I mean, he twists things to make it seem like we betrayed him. You understand from his perspective, you feel even worse when GLaDOS hammers in what he is, but of course that's the exact worst thing that can happen in that moment. It's cool because even though there were differences in aesthetic and tone, this is kind of the moment when it became Portal 2. They spent some time giving us what we wanted, and now is where it completely changes. But seeing what this deeper part of the facility entails is gonna have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.